Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
The Mario,
Flat cap.
the original Mario
like-
hat. Like, yeah, the one that's
yeah,
the kangaroo
kinda.
hat. When you turn around backwards, you're LL Cool J. Is that the one you're talking about?
yes.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yes.
Which was
Good.
totally
Wow,
a thing in the
I
90s.
was like,
and
yeah, that is what
immediately your brain went, yep, I know
Yeah, that's
exactly
the
what you're talking about. I got you. I got you
Cool J.
precisely. I know exactly.
You know where my brain went.
Ladies love Cool J. Oh,
From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pod Therapy.
What are
Real
you
people,
doing?
real problems, and real therapists. You can submit your questions anonymously at podtherapy.net or email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com. And now broadcasting from the yet-to-be-named studio.
Yeah.
That's Jim, that's Whitney, I'm Nick. It's time for some Pod Therapy.
We're recording this one in the ancient past. It is Sunday, November 9th. We had to do a double because we be traveling in November, and we are getting ever closer to my birthday.
Whitney and I are both out of town next weekend.
Yeah.
How
And-
suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Probably not
suspicious.
together. You don't know.
I don't.
You'll never
it's not
know.
my business.
No.
And
Okay,
just a
what does
reminder to everybody, you can name the studio for just $20.
Yep.
There you go.
$20.
We'd really prefer you didn't, though, but it is up there.
Jim would
So
prefer
it'd
you
be
didn't.
Great if you didn't.
Please name it. I want to hear what you come up with.
But it's patreon.com/therapy. You can check it
Because I'm a
out.
bad boy.
I am a bad boy. If you'd like to hear an audio performance of us putting on a hat, patreon.com/therapy.
Maybe not a good week to join.
You can get in there and hear all of us putting on a hat and being so excited about a hat. But it did look good. It did look independently good. So check that out. We've got some great questions for today's show. And leading off the order is how to do self-compassion. Hello, Dr. Jacob.
Hello.
Pew Pew, Texas.
Pew, pew.
Macho Man Randy Tangeman. And hot supple Jim Jobin. Fuck you. Long-time therapy producer, first-time writer. The short version of my question is, how can I work on being more self-compassionate and accepting of my struggles when I've been struggling for a long time and never learned how to be kind to myself in the first place? For background, I think my whole life I've been somewhat more anxious than is typical, and my parents largely modeled coping with emotions by suppressing them. So I grew up without really understanding what to do with big feelings. I also had undiagnosed ADHD, and my primary memory of K through 12 schooling was hearing from teachers that I wasn't trying hard enough. So I started constantly beating myself up for being a failure. Fast forward to adulthood, I spent several years as a firefighter and EMT, where, surprise, surprise, I saw some shit. I became more and more anxious both in and out of work, and after some particularly tough calls, I started having occasional panic attacks and flashbacks, while not really understanding what was going on in my head. The pandemic only made things worse, and I started working fewer shifts while also drinking more frequently on nights I didn't work, which in hindsight was self-medication to quell the anxiety in order to sleep. At the end of 2020, my brain finally had enough, and I started having crippling panic attacks at night and into the morning, which basically put my entire life on hold. I left first response work, got into therapy, started listening to y'all, and have been on a wild journey of learning how to not just squish down all of my emotions until I implode. I've come such a long way, gained so much in terms of emotional understanding and healthily coping with what happens inside the brain I have. And I've outwardly accomplished a lot, like finishing my bachelor's degree, getting a master's, starting a successful side business, and working my way into a leadership role in my career. Shout out to Ritalin for all the assist.
Hell yeah.
Still, though, I often go through periods where my anxiety symptoms put up a real fight against my medication and coping skills, and I feel like I miss out on a lot of life because of it. I then beat myself up in large part because I've been struggling for so long, which just amplifies the anxiety, and I get stuck in a self-defeating loop. I hear that a good way to respond is with self-compassion, but I feel so lost when it comes to actually putting that into practice. I'm great at offering compassion to others, but when I try to apply that to myself, it's as though I have an emotional wall that blocks compassionate words and gestures from myself. Would love to hear any thoughts you all have. Thank you for all that you do. This podcast has been instrumental to my mental health and my life, changing me for the better. Signed, Anonymous. Pronouns are he and him.
That's really
thank
sweet.
you.
Yeah.
That's very nice. The inability to sort of give oneself praise. That's an interesting thing. Because, I mean, obviously we're all going to recommend, hey, try that.
Well,
right?
not even praise, but just compassion,
Right.
which I think is different than praise, but just to be, Okay, it's going to be 2 episodes in a row, but golf.
Nah, God damn it.
Yeah.
So golf. There was.
Let me tell you about how good I am at
Have you heard of
No,
it?
somebody.
Let me tell you.
Shit, who was it? I can't remember.
Arnold
Professional.
Palmer.
It
Yum.
wasn't, but you're
I love
close.
that drink.
Former professional golfer was talking and like giving golf advice to
John
some
Bailey.
amateurs,
Tiger Woods.
and was
Not Nick Tandy.
basically said to write down all of your internal thoughts during the round, and then afterwards read them out as though this person was talking to a friend of yours.
Oh, interesting.
And like, would you tolerate that kind of talk?
Okay.
You know, because you get into such a negative mindset of
Oh,
just
I
being
see.
like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you
I like
fucking
that.
idiot!" You know.
Yeah,
So okay,
right.
write that down.
Would you allow
Yeah.
Would you
that guy
allow
to talk to your friend like
exactly?
that? Yeah.
But yet, when we talk to ourselves, we're just completely fine with it, and
Right.
it just doesn't like we don't even think about it. You know. Now that it's like I get that, but it's hard to actually put this into practice.
Right.
So like to recognize, yes, this is a problem, but how do you not do that? How do you create or how do you treat yourself with compassion? That's a tough one.
Do you think, I was just thinking about this, do you think there's value in like, we kind of know what we say to ourselves, or I feel like we have go-tos, like you just said, you fucking idiot. Like,
Yep.
I've said that one
I
myself
scream
before.
fuck the police. but
That's
very
even
similar,
better.
I
Good
think.
for you, Jim. Way to be above
how I
us.
get
We just
through
yell at
it.
ourselves.
No. I chastise the police.
But like coming up with maybe 3 or 4 phrases that you tend to use the most or that are the most harmful, you think, and just coming up with, when I say this, I'm now going to switch to that, like come up with a dedicated statement against it, because I think it kind of has to be put into practicality terms in the beginning, especially. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be, but I think that makes it easier to where it's like, all right, if this, then that. So if I say you're a fucking idiot, I'm going to change it to you tried your best.
Right.
So every time I think that, I'm just going to say you tried your best.
Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. You tried your best. Just keeps going back and forth.
Guess your best is a par 3, bitch. Too bad you suck.
So yeah, whatever that is, like just find the equals, because I think sometimes it has to be in practice where you feel it, because just being in the moment, you feel like a fucking idiot, so you're not going to think about something kind. You're like, no, I'm being
Or
mean
it
to
feels
myself right now.
disingenuous.
Yes, you're like, I'm just
Like,
lying.
You fucking idiot feels real. Like
Right.
that's like, yeah.
That is.
Yeah,
how
I
feel.
am. I knew it.
I am a fucking idiot. But for me to say to myself, like, it's all right. Everybody makes mistakes. Or,
Right.
hey, we're going to rise above this or something like that, just feels so fake. It's hard to actually.
Chin up, bucko.
You got it.
What if
Pep
you
talk.
said it angrily? I never thought about this. What if you're
Cheer
just
the
like,
fuck up, bitch.
yeah, pretty much. Like,
I like that.
everyone makes fucking mistakes. Like, just yelled at
Self-pity
it.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like
awesome,
that.
you idiot.
Because it has the
Jackass.
passion behind it, but you're saying
No, but you're
different
joking. But
words.
like, there is some truth to that. Like
That's
the
kinda
way
true. That
that
would feel
this
better.
is something you'll see in male culture, actually, that there is a jovial teasing about one another that sometimes actually is meant to be sarcastic to the point of encouraging you. And like, you know, you'll see your buddy make a mistake or whatever, and like sometimes you're busting his chops, but sometimes you're actually giving your teammate or somebody like encouragement by teasing them. You know, like, all right,
Give me an
dude, you
example.
sucked way less this week, man. You know, like things like that. And it's like,
okay.
and it's funny because women will hear that and kind of like, oh my God, is that
You're an
okay? Because you're kind
asshole.
of being a dick. And it's like, no, in you know, American, you know, male culture, like that was a compliment. Like that, and it comes off that way too. The other guy can absorb it. So like, I think that there's some truth to like this idea of like reframing self-talk in a compassionate way that is in some way like sarcastic of oneself, that's making fun of the fact that like, hey, you failed less this week or whatever. Or like, I guess it's not gonna be perfect again, you know, fuck it on, you know, try harder, you know, but like in this playful way. I think there's room for that. It's an interesting, you know, kind of cut on it. But something else that the writer said that I think is really interesting here is growing up in a family that was like emotionally inexpressive, didn't teach the kids how to language emotion, how to talk through it, how to feel it out loud. And I think that that's interesting, right? Because like on one hand, I understand the idea that parents are not always emotionally transparent because they don't want to bleed on their kids. And so there is like a sense of like stoicism or like keep the, you know, the neutrality so that your kids don't see you suffer. But there's also room for like teaching your children that you are an emotional human being, that they are too, meeting them and having them learn how to talk through what they're feeling, normalizing that. But I think also giving people that emotional vocabulary. one of the things that a writer wrote in to the show about once that like really hit me, they were a male, and they said, this show has made such a difference in my life because it is, Whitney excluded here, men using emotional language that I didn't know men knew how to use. And I, as a guy, never had those words. But hearing dudes that I identify with, they seem like middle-aged dudes that I would probably hang out with at the bar. They're, bullshitting with each other. They're busting balls. They make all these, stupid-ass jokes, and like I relate to these guys. They sound like I do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they hard pivot and integrate into the way they talk about like emotions and like different kinds of vocabulary and talk about like self-care and all the shit, and it normalizes it. And then suddenly I can hear myself using those words. Like now I have a role model or a person that I can like imitate that now teaches me an organic way to be that person. Mm-hmm. And I've never had that example before. And I think that's like one of the nicest things that's ever been said to us about the show. But as a male therapist, that comes up a lot, is you'll be talking to guys that are first responders. They come from different, careers. They've never been in an environment where another guy who they relate to speaks in that therapeutic way or that self-care kind of way or normalizes that without also like being tongue-in-cheek about it and being like, oh, don't be a little bitch and rub some dirt on it. But like, no, is sincerely like looking at it and reframing it. So I feel like a big part of this writer is finding a way to language what you are feeling, because you have to overcome that first hurdle of growing up in a world where you were never taught this. It was not a first language. You entered multiple cultures as a man that suppress emotional expression, that have this rub the dirt on it mentality, just go to the next traumatic event. And I feel like that can lead to that lack of self-compassion because we just don't understand what we're feeling. And like that ability to name it, I think goes a long way to ultimately forgiving it, to healing it, to accepting it, and to even to reframe it. Like as you were just saying, Whitney, to look at this and say, it isn't that you're failing, it isn't that you're struggling, it's that you're learning. Like you're overcoming this, man, and you're learning one try at a time, and like you've gotten 2% better than last time. Great job. Yeah. And to have that not sound weird, like to be able to say that because you're able to identify, why was that hard for you? Oh, it was really discouraging. I felt defeated by this. I felt like I was trying so hard, and I felt like I'm still not good enough. And like, it's really hard because I feel like I'm comparing myself to others and I'm envious and I just feel less than. It's like, man, that's all emotional vocabulary that a lot of dudes just not immediately have access to, and they're not comfortable self-expressing. Yeah. Like if you can get that first, it starts to open the door to self-compassion too.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think it's important to remember too that healing is like an all over the place journey. And it sounds like maybe there's a little bit of backtracking going on here. Right. That's okay. That's very normal. And I want to kind of, just normalize that a little bit too. It is part of the journey. It's not linear. It's not just, I'm better now. I can verbalize my feelings, because that's what I hear too is you mentioned like your anxiety symptoms are coming back up, or there'll be periods where you feel more like panic attacks coming on. And I wonder if maybe there's more compartmentalization going on. So it's training you to not feel your feelings. And it's like the opposite of what you've been trying to do. Right. So trying your best to bring those emotions back into it where you can. I know you might have to compartmentalize, because I cannot imagine being an EMT. Like,
oh, dude,
I've just heard a couple stories from friends, and it's shocking.
Oh my God, every day. Every day is you're showing up to somebody else's worst day of their life. You're just constantly, it's fresh horrors every single day. Yeah,
fresh horrors.
Horrors, I should clarify.
Yeah. The horrors are not fresh.
They're not fresh. Yeah, never every day.
The horrors that the EMTs interact with.
Yeah.
Rarely fresh.
Yeah. It's like being on the pier. It's just nothing about this is good. It's the same exact thing.
Nobody wants to be here right
Nobody wants to. But, one more thought on this too is like, I feel like whenever you're living with perpetual and chronic anxiety, that is a big factor in this. Like as somebody with GAD, like this is really, really hard, because a lot of times you find yourself anxiously going back over conversations, anxiously thinking about everything you just did. Did I say something stupid? Was I off-putting? Like, is there something that I've messed up here? And I feel like that leads to a lack of self-compassion, because there is this over-analysis, and like the anxious brain is constantly scrutinizing down to this atomic level, like everything you did, everything you intended to do, and like you're like watching yourself over again from like every possible camera angle. And there's just so much hyper scrutiny that's really fictional, man. It's like really delusional, and like our anxious voice makes us do that. The anxious brain makes us do that. And so like a big part of self-compassion is just learning, I think for me at least, those fundamental cognitive behavioral therapy skills where I like learn how to speak back to that anxious voice and like talk through it and kind of like challenge it with some of those CBT techniques. Like we've gone over in our Patreon, like you can look up the pause episode where we kind of explain like a set of different CBT techniques. But they're just self-referencing questions that you can use to like disentangle that voice and challenge its conclusions. And sometimes, writer, that's what self-compassion looks like. It isn't necessarily positive reinforcement because you kind of talk about like you gag on that, like it's like some barrier stops you from doing that. But at least scrutinizing the negative reinforcement to unravel that, sometimes that's way more accessible than just being a cheerleader for yourself.
Yes. I just experienced this with a friend where they were really beating themselves up for like not making more progress in something they were working on. And then when I was talking to her later, we were kind of like putting it into perspective. I'm like, you really only, it feels like you've been working on this for like 6-7 months, but really you've only been in practice the last like 2 months.
Right.
And you're thinking, it feels like longer, but when we really look at the facts and scrutinize it, like what's going on, how much progress are you making 2 months when you just started doing something, you know?
Which is a form of self-compassion. You're not blowing smoke up your ass. You're just like, qualifying the criticism and realizing this is inaccurate.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm probably on pace or at least okay with like a 2-month window of practice rather than, you know, 7 months or a year or whatever you feel like it's been. So sometimes
accuracy is the goal. And
that's the compassion.
That's
it's
compassion.
Like,
Just be accurate.
Oh, because it kind of makes the playing field a little more, real or tangible rather than in my mind, I should be somewhere.
Yeah, I like that. That's good stuff here, writer. And just really thank you for the support of the show. Thank you for all the really kind words. It's super awesome to read this kind of stuff.
And great progress. I know you're beating yourself up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at all these things that you're doing. And like, this is wonderful. And that you're doing that personal work, I think is tremendous. And the fact that you've been able to diagnose like, yep, I was drinking, I was self-medicating, like I've had this lifelong battle, but like I've found out what works now, but I still have these days where like it kind of unravels, but then I'm no longer squishing down those emotions. I'm unpacking them. I'm analyzing them. I'm holding them. I'm workshopping them. That's tremendous. So the only thing you're doing wrong is listening to this show. I would not recommend.
I think you got what you came for now.
Definitely not helpful. So good luck to you.
There's a Patreon level where I'll send you the episode without Jim.
There's a Patreon episode where we send you blank tape.
You're going to get a lot out of this.
It's just muted. He just scrubs it before he sends it. And then all of a sudden you hear the jingle. And then it goes away.
Is there a glitch
Every now and then
nope.
there's a sound drop.
That's right.
Just
it's just the iPad.
It's just silence, and then Jim's like, I've been a bad boy.
Like, what was the reference?
Okay, my algorithm is sending me cats that push the buttons to answer. They're like, oh, no, that's just it. It's like, worried. Like, Jim, I've been a bad boy. Like,
if we ever do a completely live streaming show, it would be cool if like there was a Patreon level where you get to control the iPad for the show. Like you get to do all the drops.
Ooh. Be careful what you wish for. I don't know about that.
I don't even know how you do that.
Nope. But there's a number in which we figure it out.
Sure.
We're going to take a quick break.
Like,
and when we come back, we're going to talk about being stuck in a slump. You're listening to Pod Therapy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smitty Scoop, Mason Miller, Tess Miller, Byler T, Paris, Team Monaco, Oscar Swanrose, Hannah Marie, Emma Kane, Myra, and Sam Cohn. And if you would like to sponsor the show, become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy. All right. Whitney, we're going to start off with you.
Okay.
2 points on the fly.
Whitney, by the way, for the second show in a row, is wearing socks with sandals.
Good Lord.
I just love them. I can't resist. Can't stop, won't stop.
Gross. This episode's trivia is going to be hat themed.
Oh, that was interesting.
Hey.
Wow.
Okay.
On the
How
fly.
much is a cowboy hat?
Whitney, what type of hat is famously associated with Sherlock Holmes?
Ooh.
On the fly?
Ooh, jeez.
I mean,
Sherlock Holmes hat.
I know. Old
In your
Sherlock.
mind, who is Sherlock Holmes? Who is the actor? You kind of like how which actor plays 007
Benedict
in your mind?
Cumberbatch.
Is it Benedict? Okay, mine is Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
That is definitely my Holmes.
I want to say the bowler hat, but I don't think I'm right.
That's his little assistant. That's Watson.
Do you want to?
Oh, Watson is? Yeah, I'm just going to say because I don't really know the answer.
You can take options.
Oh, there are options? Okay,
There
sorry.
are.
I thought I had to. Okay, options.
Fedora, Deerstalker,
Ooh.
Bowler, Tribbley.
Oh, jeez. Well, the bowler's in there.
Bowler's
so.
in there, but you
Trilby.
told me it wasn't. And now-
Tripoli?
Trilby.
Trilby.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What was the second one?
Deer stalker.
I feel like that's it.
Final answer?
Feels right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
I need to
I
see a
got 1
photo
point.
of what a deer stalker hat
I know.
looks
Please
like.
show me because I don't know.
Photo of deer stalker
Just
hat.
sounded very Sherlock.
Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
it's got
Show
like a
me.
It's the
flap in
one
the
that
front,
has
the
like
flap
the
in the
flap in the front, the flap in the back. It's like
okay,
flannel.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has a little
And he's-
spinning
you just
fan.
think about
on
him with the pipe and the magnifying glass. Okay.
Big pipe.
Okay. That's the guy.
Jacob,
Yep.
what type
Deer
of hat
stalker hat.
Nice. He's got it.
And you got it.
popularized in the 1920s was commonly worn by flappers?
Ooh.
The girls?
The labia.
Isn't
wait,
that
what?
the one with the
I
little
don't know.
headband and a feather?
Clouche,
Oh.
trilby,
There's that
Boater.
trilby again.
Wow.
pillbox.
Pillbox.
No, that's the. Wait, maybe it is.
I think it's a pillbox hat.
I know that one. I've seen that one.
It is not.
It's not a pillbox hat.
Pictures of a pillbox hat.
Probably.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Mrs. Kennedy.
That's like
This
the
is like, yeah, this is the
50s or
Mrs. Kennedy
okay.
hat.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
it looks like a pillbox.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one. Okay. So that's not it. So it comes to Jim. Give me that Trilix thing you keep talking about.
Trilby? Is that what you
Trilby?
mean?
Yeah.
No.
Damn it.
What were the
Pictures
other two
of a
options?
trilby hat.
Clouche or boater?
Oh, this is a man's hat. That's just silly. Not it.
Clouche?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trilby hat is basically like
Is it the
Dick
little
Tracy.
headband with the feather in it?
Yeah, basically.
What's it
Yeah.
called? What was
Clouche?
it? The Clouche?
Clouche.
Pictures of a Clouche hat.
Why do you keep doing your phone thing into
Oh,
the
that's
microphone?
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
It
yeah,
reminds
yeah.
me of The Great Gatsby.
It does, yeah.
Okay. So
Honestly,
it's like
I
a
could
little
not
bag
picture
hat.
a hat, but yeah.
It's
that-
basically just
gonna
what's
wear
that
one
hat
of
we were
those
talking
next
about
week.
a second ago? The boater hat. What was the one we were talking about? There's
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway.
bucket hat. It's like a bucket hat for women.
Yeah.
That's it.
Here we go, Jim. Geography. The fez, a red cylindrical hat
Yes.
with a tassel,
I'm familiar.
is traditionally associated with which country?
Scoop Fest. I'll take. Oh wait, no. Morocco. Is
Final
that-
answer.
Yes.
No.
Fuck you. It is. Morocco mole had a fez. You racist piece of
Not
shit.
Morocco? Options.
Fuck you. You're a
Morocco,
coward.
Turkey, Egypt, or Lebanon?
Ah, fuck.
Oh, Egypt was going to be my other guess, but I feel like that's wrong now.
Wow.
Egypt.
Pictures
No.
of Morocco
Damn it.
mole. Nude.
Gotta be turkey.
It is Turkey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
Sorry, it's
nice.
chicken.
Ah!
Chicken.
Yes. We were
The other
looking
white
for
meat.
chicken on that. Well, here's a picture of Morocco mole, and as you can see, he's wearing a fez. I'll accept my 2 points.
I don't
Thank
care.
you.
Okay.
So
Good
I think
round,
I'm
everybody.
That was
losing.
fun.
Fine. Stuck in a slump. Hi, Pod Therapy.
That's
I was-
Jim with trivia stuck. in-
How dare you? I dominated you guys last time. Hi, Pod Therapy. I was wondering if you could please help me decipher what I might be feeling and how to begin to slowly grow and change the way I've been living my life. After a recent deep conversation with my friends, I couldn't help but realize that what they describe as their brief slumps is how I've been living my life for at least the past 2 years. I've just become so used to it that I brush it off as laziness and never had the wake-up call to self-reflect and change until now. Over the past 2 years, I've been constantly exhausted, socially withdrawing and staying home as much as possible despite intense FOMO and overthinking, feeling less interested in general, which, along with my low energy, meant I've unfortunately been neglecting my hobbies. I'm drained every day from the smallest tasks, and it eats away at me that I should be doing more and studying more. I'm very behind on lectures, and that I'm wasting my life away, yet I do nothing about it. While I still have my fair share of happy days and things that get me excited, I feel like I've become so complacent with doing and being the bare minimum for so long that I want to regain some sense of control of my life and actually enjoy living again, rather than just going through the motions with minimal effort. But I don't know how to or where to even begin. My routine general practitioner checkup and blood work came back normal, so I don't think it's anything physical. I just want to do better. Any and all suggestions welcome. Thanks, Anonymous.
Oh boy, do I have good news for you about cocaine.
Let me tell you, today's show is brought to you by Coke. Coca-Cola Classic, or are you
Big
into the new wave?
No. Zero.
I like my 0-calorie cocaine.
Yeah.
How socially responsible of you.
That's right.
I don't want to pack on the pounds.
No.
I wonder if part of this is just comparison
Okay.
being
Of course.
the problem. Because like it
Grass
is
is always greener.
Yeah, it is interesting to think that like even me living my best life is someone else's slump.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know? Like there are some really successful people, or like I know people who are so like motivated and they got ideas and they just got a million things happening and they're doers, right? And they just get after it and they just get things done.
Thought
And I
that
think
was
of
you.
like, yeah, what?
I thought that was you.
Oh no, I don't feel that's me at all. I feel
Okay.
like I'm lazy. I feel
I
really
agree with
lazy.
Nick.
He shoots 3 over par. Like a
Yeah.
joke. Like what? He could
Not-
do better.
Yeah.
Not one or two. Three.
Three?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's like a whole
that's
different
shitty.
like that's not an eagle. That's
And par, by the way, is considered average.
yeah, that's average.
Yikes.
He's 3 worse than average.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you feel now, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Not an
That's
eagle,
my point.
not a bogey, an albatross, okay? Or a turkey if you're bowling.
So many birds.
There's a lot of
Okay,
birds
so you're
involved.
saying like this could be a comparison thing.
I think so.
Everyone's on a different.
Well, it's always dangerous comparing, especially if you're getting news about people off of their social media accounts, because then like people who aren't that busy look a lot busier. People who are
Yeah.
super busy might not look busy at all. Like, yeah, I don't know. You're even if you're having conversations, you're just getting what people are presenting to you. Even then, like it's a dangerous game to play the how am I doing compared to this other person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if I'm self-reporting, I'll say like, "Oh, I'm in such a slump,"
Yeah.
even though I may not actually feel that way.
Or
Maybe-
depending on who you're talking to,
Exactly.
it might be the opposite.
Yeah,
it might
I
be
mean-
really shine this piece of turd up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I think there's also something to be said for the loss of novelty. Like, especially this person sounds like they're a college student.
yeah.
And whenever it's like, oh man, I'm just not as attentive to my lectures as I used to be. Like, yeah, no shit, dude. But senioritis is a fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
by the time you get deeper into your program of study or into your career or whatever it is in life,
Oh my
a lot of the
God.
novelty has worn off. Like, I talk to people that
Just
are
ready to be
parents all the
done.
time that are like, I'm just not doing as much for my kids as I used to, and I'm not, decorating my house, taking them to special events, or like I'm not doing all this. And it's like, yeah, because you used to do that, and like the novelty's worn off of that. It's not as exhilarating. You're not as motivated to do it. And I think we're trying to normalize some of this slump as a natural sort of decline, right? Like there's like this kind of diminishing returns action that I think happens over the course of years, and doing the same subjects and living the same life, something does kind of give. I think that there's like a well-worn rut that people kind of go into, but it's because of like a worn path in the woods, right? Like you've been using the same path for so long. Yeah, you're in a little bit of a rut.
Yeah, I think that's really valid, and probably a big part of this. We do seek novelty. Our brains are. We're
Right.
seeking dopamine. We're seeking those exciting moments, and so, yeah, having a routine that can definitely just feed the mundane. I wonder if you mentioned, let's see, being complacent, doing the bare minimum, and you want a sense of control over your life and actually enjoy living again. My favorite question to ask people when they kind of are in a similar mindset, or they're trying to think of like, I just want my life to be better, but they can't like quite
Right.
put their finger on it, is I really like to go the miracle question or some version of that
Right.
from solution focused therapy. Because it helps me get a better idea of what would be different in their lives.
Ask me the miracle question, because the audience doesn't.
Yeah, so the
didn't go to school
miracle
for it.
question is basically some version of like, oh, if you went to sleep tonight and a miracle happened, but like, how do you know a miracle happened?
Right.
So when you
How do you
wake
know
up,
you weren't just tripping balls from that acid you took?
right, that feels different, but
This
how
is every
different?
morning at Jacob's house. Every morning he wakes up, an angel flutters away from his bed, and he's like, "Ah, was that one real? I don't know.
You're describing the same thing. If you think a miracle happened, didn't it?
Ooh.
So I'll be like, oh, so what happens from when you open your eyes? What do you notice? What do you see? What do you feel? What are you noticing around
What's
you?
different?
what is different from
That would
your day to day
confirm
now
that a miracle happened.
yeah,
Mhm.
basically. And so, so some people will
I've got a 10-inch penis.
Woo! Well, we can't help that. Sorry.
Did you say pianist?
I did. I have a speech problem.
I have a speech problem.
I still
an
talk
impediment.
bad.
The genie is half deaf. You think I really wanted a 10-inch penis?
So yeah.
But that pianist is hung like a fucking horse.
Huge dick, that penis.
Huge dick.
But yeah, so the miracle question can help me and the client I'm working with like get an idea of what would actually be different in your
Right.
life. And a second thing that I've started to find really helpful with clients is a lot of times we work backwards. So what are you noticing? Oh, at night I'm exhausted.
Right.
Okay, what'd you do during the day? Okay, well, like you woke up that morning. How late did you sleep in? Like, oh, I keep snoozing my alarm. Okay, well, what happened the night before? Like, we kind of just go backwards and work
Right.
through their day. And a lot of times that will help them gain insight into maybe like you not getting what you want done that afternoon isn't about like willpower during the day. Maybe you like need an extra hour of sleep, and what's keeping you from
Right.
getting that extra hour of sleep? Is it because you're a new parent? Is it because you're on your phone? Is it because your partner snores? Like, what's keeping you from getting what you need to then have a little more capacity to maybe do what you're wanting to do throughout the
Right.
day? So
I
don't
like
know.
that.
Those
No,
are
I like
two.
that working backwards thing. I really like the point about the miracle question, because I think we have to define this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people will come into therapy and they'll just describe like a general malaise.
Yeah.
Just be like, I don't know, I feel apathetic. I feel like I'm driving on flat tires. And like, that's important to me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, your emotional state is important, and I want to monitor for things like depression. But I also want to figure out what it is. Like,
Yeah.
if the problem is I feel low, and that lowness and that disinterest is manifesting into the actions of my life, and here's how I can measure that. That works better for me. Like, I want to know what you're doing differently. If you're like, oh, last semester I took this class and I read every page of the book and then I took the test. This semester I only watched the lectures. I watched the video on 2x speed. I wing the test. I used to strive for an A+. Now I'm totally fine with a B and I move on. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
I want to start to my first point about, I think you may just be optimized. Like,
Yeah.
I think that you may have just become really efficient at going through these woods and finding all the shortcuts. You're no longer exploring with this like, interesting zeal and curiosity every single page. Like, you've just become sort of like into a routine of it. It's lost novelty. And I don't know that there's anything wrong with that, though it can be underwhelming because it's so familiar.
Yeah.
It's not fascinating anymore. So I think that that's part of it, but like, I don't know, like I'm still open to the idea that like a person's in malaise, they're having apathy, they're feeling low. How do we dial into finding motivation? And this is something, Nick, that especially as we get to close out 2025 and we start looking into 2026, a lot of times in the first quarter of 2026, especially in personal training, this is when a lot of people are like starting to ask exactly that question. Like, they're going through those winter months. They've kind of got settled into this complacency. They feel like, man, I've allowed myself to become a slump. I've allowed myself to like get into bad habits.
I've put on my winter fat.
There's that. I've found this winter beefiness, and I want to
I'm
shed the
attached to the
pounds,
winter
or I
fat.
want to regain health. But I think a question that a lot of people wrestle with is, I recognize that I mentally want to see this change, but stirring myself to action. How do I go from the couch to the gym? How do I go from complacent into motivated? That's a big question I think a lot of people have to start with before they can get into the gym and sign up for a program that you're doing or do anything in life.
Well, I think it's not even just like the gym, but like anything that you're going to do or practice or learn, it doesn't become motivating until you start to see results. And oftentimes you don't see the results right away.
Right.
Or they're not really meaningful results. And that could be anything from, like getting in shape or learning an instrument, learning a second language, learning something like that.
Yeah, improving your grades, improving your career.
And oftentimes it's like the motivation increases exponentially at first.
Right.
And then you reach a plateau or even dip down.
Yep.
Because I remember learning how to play guitar for the first time, and it's like the first thing I learned was something really, really, really simple, like one string, being able to put together a few notes to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. You know? And it's like, ooh, really quickly, I can just do that. You learn that in 5 minutes.
Right.
And then it's slowly you learn a little bit more, and then it becomes more motivating. But then all of a sudden, shit gets really difficult and complicated quickly.
And then you plateau.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, now I have to work really hard, and I'm not seeing the results as quickly as going from 0 to 10.
Right.
It's a lot harder to go from 10 to 20.
Yeah.
So I think that's the challenging part. And for most people, it really comes to just you have to kind of create a pattern of behavior. Where you no longer look at it as like an option, like, oh, should I do this thing today or should I not? It's just like, okay, well, it's 6 p.m. This is when I do this thing.
It's like a program.
Yeah, this is just when it is.
Sometimes, especially when you're starting it, when you're getting into that habit, it's just going to feel like work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it will be joyless, and you're not technically motivated for it, which is an interesting, I think, thing. A lot of us, I think, feel, why can't I summon the motivation to make this change? And I kind of hear you saying, the motivation will arrive after action. Like, it starts with a choice, and it starts with deliberate action. And then motivation will arrive as you see the results and as you get to experience the exhilaration of something changing. Then you'll feel more motivated to go. It'll feel more downhill. But in the beginning, it's an intentional choice. And it's designing a program that you're going to follow and then methodically, routinely doing that.
If I could really sum up what Jim just said, it would be, fake it till you make it.
Oh, there it is. There it
Fake
is.
it till you make it.
It has been a while since we've gotten a classic.
Yeah, that is classic.
The old classic.
This is also where real life is so much different than video games, because video games have this shit figured out.
Yeah.
Well, not like The Sims. The Sims is real life.
But like if you're playing a new video game, like they've got it scaled perfectly.
Right. So that
they always
your skill level is matching.
It's always matching. The reward is always matching your skill level. Like they got it down to a science, so they keep it very addicting. Addictive.
You've just learned how to jump, and wouldn't you know it, this boss, you jump on his head.
Yes. That's right. And then
the next level's all about jumping.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's it's a challenging. There's no easy solution to that. There's no easy.
Well, I think that's still based out of comparison too, though, because I think we watch people on the internet or TV and we think they just love working out every day. They never not love working out because look how fit they are and how easy it is. And it's like, no, what I hear the most common is like, hey, this has just become a habit for me to where, yes, I am addicted to those visual like results as well, but that doesn't mean I want to go to the gym every day. And I know we've said that in here before too, but I think it's just a really good reminder because we are flooded with like people trying to sell you shit and like just suck you in, and it's like, look, come give me your time, give me your money, and look how happy I am. You can do this too, and it's like, no, it's not. That's not reality. Reality is boring and like money.
And just getting into a habit.
Yes,
just getting yourself into a habit.
Yeah.
And I know like I've heard professional golfers say this. I'm sure it's probably the same for professional musicians, where they're not always just doing it and having a great time. A lot of it is like, oh, I got to do this. I have to.
I always think this for like singers or famous people. I'm like, are they just sick and tired of singing that song again at a concert? Like,
God,
they're so sick of that song, whatever song it is. Like,
or even like just being a male model and just being really, really, really ridiculously good looking. It's like all the time.
We know. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We all know.
Yeah, we all know
you
that.
and I know. I mean,
I'm not an omni-turner.
Wasn't it Ambi?
Ambi was
Ambi, Ambi, you're right. Yeah.
I can't turn left. Yeah, but Ryder, another thing in this that I think got the black lung.
Got the black lung.
I think another thing too that goes along with this is sometimes, like you were saying, Nick, and I think as Jacob said, better fake it till you make it. There's another piece of this, which is accountability, and support. That sometimes somebody bearing witness to this and holding you accountable, checking in on this, measuring this alongside of you is actually really helpful, which is why a lot of people, they could go do their own push-ups, they could go to the gym and figure it out for themselves. But something about this arrangement where they're partnering with somebody that's monitoring them, it's coaching them, that's pushing them, that's following up on them.
Well, and it's,
goes a long way.
I'm going to meet them at 8
Yep.
o'clock.
Right.
Yep.
I have
I have an appointment
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock.
Another human is
Yeah.
involved.
Like whether I want to do it or not, I'm paying for it. I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
obligated to do this.
And there's always those options everywhere in life, right? Or it could be signing up for a study group. You know, if you're a student, it could be signing up, as we talked about in another episode recently about how to learn better. Nick, you had shared that you signed up for a study group in which you taught the material, and like that forced your hand. You had to learn it really well because you didn't want to let these other people down, and you obligated yourself. So sometimes, writer, there's a novelty in changing something and signing up for something, in adding accountability to the journey. As Whitney said, in atomically deducing what the changes are in a visible way that you want to see. As Jacob said, faking it until you make it so that you can start with that. As Nick said, building the routine and committing to the action before the motivation arrives, allowing the motivation to come secondarily. But too many people fail to act because they're waiting for motivation to descend upon them. Like some dove from the sky.
Yeah.
It's like it'll arrive one day.
Yeah.
And actually, no, I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of people don't start off as the warrior. They just fucking storm the beach screaming and crying and dodging bullets, and they become the warrior in the war because the situation calls for it.
Yeah.
Like you rise to the challenge that you throw yourself upon.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe it starts
Inspiration
there.
doesn't just like fall from the sky onto you.
Right.
This is life, not a bukkake video.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
There's
that's
actually-
a famous Pod Therapy bumper sticker that I think we have.
yeah.
You can
Borrowed
Pod
from
Therapy.
Freud, obviously.
Yeah, Freud. Yeah.
There was a hockey analyst I remember watching back in the days, like
Often
in the late.
said this.
I was just thinking, like, is there a connection?
Where's he going with this?
I remember watching games and they were talking about, somebody was talking about like a garbage goal, or like
Okay.
somebody scored a goal is like just a complete fluke,
Yeah.
just happens, and somebody would say something about, oh, that's just a lucky goal, but he would always correct him. He'd be like, well, he's like, no, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
This
I like
person
that.
was there. They were in the right spots.
Yeah.
They needed the puck to bounce the right way, but it did,
Yeah.
but they were ready for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So you may say it's lucky, but it was an opportunity that presented itself to somebody who was prepared to.
Someone showed up to.
Fling enough pucks
that.
at the net, one goes
Yep.
in.
I do
Yep.
lastly just want to throw in there, think about talking to a doctor. I mean, if it's been like 2 years and
Yeah.
you've had this kind of like low-lying
Yeah.
There's
depression,
also like the regular blood panel doesn't test for
It doesn't pick up-
necessarily everything.
yes, I think that's worth talking to a doctor about if you're just really feeling that lack in motivation. Talk to your symptoms. Talk
Yes.
about
Yeah.
your symptoms to them and see what they say. And doesn't mean you have to take the medication. Doesn't mean you have to go fill the prescription. But just talk to them, see what they say, and I don't know. I think that's valuable here.
A good follow-up point.
Yeah.
'Cause
You didn't
never
say how
know.
old you are. It sounds
Yeah.
like you might be in college, but we don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You could
If
always
you're
just,
older, like you might have like low T or something.
that's it. I was
Yeah.
going to say,
Ask
just
for that.
inject a turkey-based amount of horse semen into your fucking
Oh.
veins. Like, just,
Another good drop.
Yeah, just, that's it. Fine. God damn it.
This is fun.
So you got that going for you.
We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about therapy in Espanol. You're listening to Pod Therapy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smitty Scoop, Mason Miller, Tess Miller, Byler T, Paris, Team Monaco, Oscar Swanrose, Hannah Marie, Emma Kane, Myra, and Sam Cohn. And if you would like to sponsor the show, become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy. All right. Here we go. Whitney.
Yes.
I'm going to scroll down.
Best part of
scroll
the show.
down.
I'm not editing any
I'm
of this
sorry.
out.
No, you shouldn't either. Okay. Just stalling. All right. Whitney, you're going to get an easy one.
yes.
Easy in that
Except
it's
if I get,
50-50.
I was like, if I get it wrong, okay.
Yeah.
The traditional military beret is tilted. In which direction is it tilted?
Let's see. So
Now I'm
when
just wondering,
you
did the guy who was running for New York mayor, was he wearing his beret tilted in the correct direction?
ooh,
Because I know which direction he was wearing it. I think
Okay.
I do anyway.
here's my guess because I heard once from a guy in the Marines that when they salute, it's like to lift your hat or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's to the right.
Oh.
Is my guess.
Correct.
Nice.
All right.
Yes.
I remember that scene in The Last Castle with Robert Redford, and he explained that that's what the salute was, is that knights used to lift their visor.
Oh, lift the visor.
to show their
Okay.
face to their
Okay,
opponent
maybe
as
that
a
was
form
it.
of respect.
Oh, okay.
Which you could do with your left hand.
Yeah, but that's the hand you wipe your ass with.
Yeah,
which is why
exactly.
it's
You don't want to do both.
Sinister,
Stinky.
as they say.
Yes, 50-50, baby.
So wait, you got that one? You got a point?
She did. She
Okay,
did get that one.
Great. I'm stalling for you.
All right, Jacob.
There you go.
Some of these are way, way, way too easy.
Save those for Jim. I need the easy ones. Let's toss those Jim's way. Damn it. This is why you should
so
just
funny.
make it up.
Well, I got to do this.
Jacob's dying.
Here we go, Jacob.
This is the best part of the show.
Jacob, I think you probably already know this one.
Okay. Left.
The tall shape of a chef's toque hat
Toker.
was originally meant to show what?
What?
The shape of
The
the
tall
hat.
shape.
How long their penis is.
Don't give it away.
The shape of the top of their head. The
Cone.
horribly elongated head shape that all chefs have.
All chefs are
Due
cone heads.
to-
The horrible deformity.
The heat from the ovens misshaping their head.
That feels
The
probably
taller
right.
it is, the longer they've been chefing.
I think. Are there options for this, or is this just off the fly?
There are, but I think you know this.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Chef Jacob.
I might be overthinking this. Then.
Yeah, maybe you are.
Because I think each fold in the
Oh.
hat
Oh.
it has to do with a cooking discipline
Oh.
that they have mastered.
Oh, wow.
Although I might be making
Is
that
Jacob
up
on the right track or
entirely.
no?
Jeez.
Is that the right direction?
I'm going to give you full points.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I think what you're saying is just a different way of saying rank and experience.
Yes.
oh, wow.
And that's what
So
that
that's
is.
what
Okay.
that means?
The
The
folds
height of
in
it
it?
is about
no,
rank?
the folds.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you said height.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Well, it did say height,
You did
but
say
it
height.
is folds.
I think
Yeah.
the word
Tall
you're looking
shape
for is
of-
foreskin. It folds down over the hat to expose the chef.
Right.
The shaft?
Which is, yeah,
Oh,
that's what I said.
yeah.
The shaft.
The shaft.
Talking about shaft. Can you dig it?
We're good at this.
All right, so I'm just going to read a fucking question.
Yeah, let's go to that.
I'm just going to take the L. I just don't care enough.
Why do police officers in the UK wear domed custodian helmets?
Like, this is like
Ooh.
to protect their skulls, I think. That's what it is.
Dome.
It's those bobby hats or whatever the fuck they wear.
Yeah, it's just to protect their head.
Let's do that. 3 points to Jim.
Okay, these suck. Yep. I'm not
You
doing this
suck.
anymore.
Why do construction workers traditionally wear hard hats?
That's what I thought. I was like a construction worker.
You see, the curvature of the hat reveals experience and wisdom. If you're an
The color,
electrician,
it's
you
the
have more
color.
folds and wrinkles on your
Right.
hat.
Oh, no. It's in case a wrench falls on their head.
I have officially exhausted
Yes.
all hat trivia.
We're done.
that exists.
Good.
Okay.
I think we can move on from it. All right. Next question is therapy in Spanish. Querida y dulce Whitney, bombastico Jacob, estoico Nick y
Why did I
flexible
know he was
Jim.
gonna do this?
Soy uno gente de hace mucho tiempo y finalmente y rellenado.
It's like
el
he's
valor
translating this
suficiente
from Google
para- Okay,
Translate.
yeah, fuck it. I'll read it in English for you idiots. Dear
thank
sweet
you.
Whitney, bombastic Jacob, stoic Nick, and supple Jim. I've been a long-time listener and have finally raised.
Did you say supple?
Yes? And
Which he
I've
translated, I believe, to flexible in Spanish.
Y flexible. And I have finally raised a big enough erection to send in a question.
Ooh, thank you.
I'm a bilingual graduate student studying to become a therapist, licensed clinical social worker like Whitney.
Yes.
Specifically so I can serve Spanish-speaking communities in my area.
Hell yeah.
Recently, something happened that has me furious and questioning whether I should file a formal complaint.
Oh, good.
A client, juicy, here comes the tea.
Put on a tie, for
Or
God's
as
sake.
they say in Spanish, el té. A client from our local Spanish-speaking community needed a mental health evaluation and therapy. They found a therapist whose profile claimed they were bilingual. When the client arrived for their appointment, they discovered the therapist wasn't actually speaking Spanish. They were reading responses off of Google Translate.
Oh my God.
Woof.
Okay.
I'm shocked and hurt for the client. They were already vulnerable, seeking help, and they were treated with what feels like complete disregard. The client has has growing suspicions of future therapists, and there are mental health issues that continue to go unresolved. This therapist advertised a skill they didn't have, presumably to expand their client base and income. Using a translation app for therapy isn't just inadequate, it's dangerous. It's as if this ignorant succubus of a rhinoceros anus forgot that therapy requires nuance, cultural competency,
Translate that,
and
Jim.
genuine human connection. I know private practice can lack oversight, but this feels like a clear ethics violation. Am I right to be this angry? Do I have grounds to report this therapist to their licensing board? Or is this one of those gray areas where technically they didn't break a rule, even though they clearly caused harm? I'm struggling between my rage at this injustice and wanting to take appropriate, effective action. Thank you for your time and consideration of putting 6 inches of corn-fed, throbbing bratwurst in Jim's waiting orifice. Pew, pew, mother truckers with rage
yeah.
and compassion. The offices of counselor and counselor. Parentheses, my partner is in the legal profession. End parentheses.
Excellent.
Oh, that explains the counselor and counselor bit. I
Yeah.
always wondered about that.
Yeah,
But not enough to ask.
This is wild.
Wow, that sucks.
The like
The
cojones.
That is
Spanish.
just-
This
That
isn't
is-
even a question about therapists' ethics or anything. This feels like just a question of false advertising.
Yeah, this is completely misrepresenting your skill set.
Yeah.
By that rationale, I'm also multilingual.
Yes.
Yeah,
I speak
all the
Russian.
languages.
I speak all the languages.
Swahili,
I speak Morse code.
yeah.
I speak Braille.
Yeah.
I speak Egyptian hieroglyphs.
I mean, if just being able to look something up on the
Yeah.
fly is expertise, I'm also a neurosurgeon.
Right, exactly.
And it feels very exploitative. Like
It certainly is.
like
And
I,
like disrespectful is the right word. The writer who said disrespectful,
And
and, like,
dangerous.
to the culture, to like a culture of people.
like
Right.
what are you gonna do when you get in therapy with? Like if that was just the assessment or the first session, like what are you
Right.
doing? Like oh my god.
Can you imagine doing this in a medical appointment? Like, I mean, and just like the disrespect of that, to say like, oh yeah, we speak Spanish at this office, like great. So you go, you make the appointment, you go in, and this person just speaks Spanish, and they're finally working up the courage to tell you about their health, very nuanced things about what they're going through, and you're sitting there Google translating that shit.
You're like holding your phone to their face
and then
Yeah.
looking at
and
it,
then
being like,
talking
okay,
into it. Like
seems to be some kind of rash in this place. Like, great. It's like that. It is way too nuanced. Like, that is so dangerous to do in healthcare.
oh my gosh. You know what though? I like this question though because yes, it's shocking to hear it. It does tap into an area where you're like,
Right.
Okay, I guess literally it's not written down. Don't use Google Translate. We just,
Right.
it's like anything else. We didn't know there needed to be a rule. Okay, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
now there
yeah.
needs to be a rule because somebody fucking
Well,
did
for a
it.
long time,
Like,
we were having casual sex with our clients, and then
Oh,
a
we
couple
were?
of therapists fucked it up for everybody.
Wow, I didn't
We
remember
start
that.
having formal sex.
Yeah. Kept it. If you keep it on the friendship level, it's fine.
Don't wear a tuxedo.
Business casual sex. The cardigan was enough.
I think you absolutely report it. I mean, they'll investigate.
Who
They'll
gives
decide.
a shit if I mean because what they're kind of asking, what
Leave
the
a
writer's
review,
kind of
too,
asking is
fuck.
like, if I report this, is something going to come of it?
Right.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the way is to leave a review.
That's a good move. How do you? Okay, curious. How do we feel about if you know a colleague has done something like this, and you want them to learn about it? Or how comfortable are we just calling the colleague and saying, "Hey, I've become aware that you sometimes do this. I think your heart's in the right place. I think you're trying to do something good in the world. I speak this language. I am part of this culture, and I just want to fix your blind spot here."
That is not how my phone call would sound. My phone call would be like, "You're not really doing this, are you?
Yeah.
I just heard you were doing
Dumb
this. That's
motherfucker."
so fucking stupid. You can't really be
You
doing
dumbass
that."
motherfucker.
I'll double dare you.
My client told me you were doing this, and I said, "No, there's no way,
No
Jim's this
way.
fucking
No, no, no.
stupid. You're not, right?
Right.
No, I think just tell me. Tell me you're not.
Lie to me."
Like-
No, I think like if you were doing this, Jim, and I heard this from another client, I would reach out to you and I'd say, "Hey, take this off your website.
Right.
This is how this happened."
That's you're saying
it like
somebody
if-
you know, but not
Yes.
somebody you know just through the grapevine.
No, if it's somebody that I know,
Like a new
really
client
well.
that said, "Hey, my last therapist," and you don't know that
You
last
would call the
therapist.
board before you would call the colleague?
No,
Okay,
no,
that's
no,
what
no.
I'm sussing out.
Oh, yeah, no. If it were you and
Yeah.
same thing, I would reach out to you. I'd say, hey, met with somebody. They told me this is what happened.
Right.
I looked at your website. It says this.
Yeah.
If that's what happened, take this off your website.
Yeah, this is bad.
Because as a friend, I'm warning you,
this is not
this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't, if you fix this yourself,
The answer to the
before this
question,
gets any
would
bigger.
an idiot do this?
Yeah,
is yes. Yes, an idiot would do
But
this.
to the
I
non-friend
know-
colleague, you wouldn't give them a heads up?
what if
No.
Why? I don't owe them
Nick, instead of
anything.
it was
I
Jim.
think there's an interesting question
It's,
here.
if it was not Jim, it is a colleague of Jim's that you don't know. So it is the colleague
Somebody-
of a colleague. So you have access to them. You can get word to them.
If Jim supervises the person, I would talk to Jim.
If it's just somebody that Jim knows.
I probably wouldn't.
There you go.
I don't think I don't owe anybody
Oh, that's true.
that obligation.
Well, because I
It-
imagine.
here's the other thing too. The client can report it.
Yeah.
Like the client can go directly to the board. I don't have
yeah.
to be involved at all.
Yeah, you
other
could just
than
tell them this
yeah.
is the number you need
Hey.
to call and say something.
Yep, you need to let these people tell these people what you just told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is not okay. And I know colleagues who speak. There's one person in particular I can think of that speaks fluent Spanish. She in college did like a semester abroad in Spain and just lived there and speaks it very well.
Yeah.
And so I asked her once, I was like, oh, have you ever thought about, doing private practice? Because there's a lot of people, there's a big need.
Yeah.
And you've got this amazing talent. Like you could be doing this.
Yeah. You can
And
hold
she's like-
conversations in Spanish.
Yeah. And she's like, no. She's like, I can communicate in Spanish. I can't do therapy in Spanish.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
And she made a really good point that like, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's not just because you can speak Spanish and you can, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Yeah.
That does not mean that you can
Yeah.
do therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. That is so
And
true.
also, like knowing the culture. I think Whitney said earlier, like knowing the culture of a group that may or may not speak a language. Like that's going to be important.
That's really big
So
deal.
I think we all universally agree with the writer. saying,
Jim's still
like,
hung up on who's telling. On
Well,
him.
no, but so here's
you
why
would tell on
here's the
me.
only reason why I think it does get a little bit more nuanced. So like, and the only reason this is fresh in my mind is because I just taught classes where we had to go through the ethical codes, and like one of the things that's in the MBCC code and in the ACA code, and I just looked it up. It's also in the social worker
Yeah,
code.
I was looking that up again
Yeah.
because social workers have some of the strictest
You
ethic
do.
codes, but they didn't say that the other person was an LCSW. I don't think.
They didn't, but
But, yeah.
but the codes are pretty harmonious.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
across the codes, they all basically say if you, a professional, become aware of another professional's malfeasance, your first step is to contact that professional directly. And try to
Interesting.
confront them on it and talk to them directly. So the code doesn't want you to immediately go to a board. The code doesn't want you to entangle the client. The code wants you to go one-to-one to the other human because you're both
And
gatekeepers
that's
of
the
the profession.
official, like that's the official to do.
That's the
Okay.
official to do.
I think
at
it
least
matters
in the
how
three codes that I just
egregious it
looked
is,
up,
though,
they all
right?
say
Or
that.
no?
Say again.
I thought it matters how egregious the action was, or no?
It does depend on how egregious it is.
Yeah, because
sure.
I mean, if it's like
Yeah, you're sleeping with
you're
clients.
sleeping with
Yeah.
a client, you're not be like, hey,
Stop
Yeah.
sleeping with your
I
client.
heard that you're running
Yeah.
a criminal
Yeah.
I
syndicate.
heard that you're wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah,
while
yeah.
having sex with your client.
You're ruining
Yeah.
this for all of us.
Yeah,
You're
you're,
having formal
you're
sex
still
with
fucking
your
it up.
client.
You know the code. No, but writer, I would encourage you. I would encourage you to look up the code that your state requires. And it's probably the social worker, ethics code. But at least from what I'm reading, there is a pretty clear line that says, look, one of the steps that we want you to do is to contact the other professional, which I think Nick's agreeing with. He's just saying, like, look, I'd do that much more comfortably if I knew the other professional. I don't want to just call this other person out of the blue and say hi. But also, I think you're in a weird position because you also do gatekeep the profession a little bit. Like you're also
Right.
part of like the training teams and like the inspection teams. So I could see a situation where for you, it could be a weird conflict of interest of like, am I calling this person as a fellow licensed counselor and we're both peers because I also adjudicate their program.
Right.
And so like, am I calling them as an authority figure? Then I feel like that's a little out of range. I shouldn't just be doing that. Like, because now I'm overstepping out of my authority. So I could definitely see for you where that would be a conflict. But I think if you see this other professional just as a peer, you're not in an authority position over them. from what I'm reading in the codes, I think there is a strong argument that says you're within your rights and you're within best practices to first contact them.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, I would contact them and say, I'm a member of this culture. I speak this language. I'm studying to do this, or I'm a future professional. I am concerned because it sounds like you're doing this. I don't think you realize where there are harms. I don't think you realize why this is bad.
And if that's in the code of ethics, which sounds like it is, then I definitely agree with that. Then that's the right step. I mean, it's pretty much written down for you. That's what you need to do. Now, if I'm reaching out to that person, I wouldn't make it about me. That's where I would do it differently.
Okay.
So instead of saying like, well, I'm learning this or I speak this language, and like I wouldn't even bring it about me because it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
The problem is you're advertising that you do this skill.
Right.
And you don't do this skill.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to fix
the internet does this skill.
Yeah.
You are not Gemini.
Yeah.
You are not ChatGPT.
Well, and that one
Don't
has
do
an
that.
easy follow-up. You're like, hey, remove this from your site or as an option. And
Yeah.
you can go check a week later, 2 days later and see if they removed it. Like
Right.
versus other things. Are you sleeping with your clients still? No.
Right.
But then you never know.
I sometimes get involved in this, like on the Therapists of Las Vegas Facebook page. There'll be people that will post like some pretty bad stuff.
Therapists have their own nosy neighbor board.
Oh, dude.
It is a nosy neighbor.
It's so bad.
Sure of that.
I am the Karenist Karen of this whole fucking group.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Like somebody will post on there like that they do whatever, psychedelic therapy or whatever the fuck. And like I'll try not to put them on blast in front of everybody. I'll usually try to DM them. And say
I've had a friend.
This is the Nevada law on this topic. You probably shouldn't be advertising that you do this. You're admitting to doing a Class D felony. Like this is a bad idea. And that you're also teaching all of our interns and all the other people in the community that this is an okay thing to do. And so I'm about to get on here and blow your ass up for public knowledge so that nobody imitates you, or you can go delete this right now and think about what you've done. And a lot of times they say, go fuck yourself, Jim. And then I get on there and then now we have a fucking flame war. So
No, I've had a
Then I
friend
go
who's
full
like,
Karen.
hey, I saw your podcast posted on Therapists
No!
in Las Vegas. I think it was when you're asking for like therapists
yeah,
to come
yeah,
on.
yeah. That's my
I was
fault.
like, oh yeah.
I did that.
Oh yeah, I ran into one of them the other day.
Did you?
One of the people that
Really?
that you brought on whenever was it?
Yeah, when they were both
Nick
out of
and
town.
Whitney were out. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Janet and we had 2 other guests. Yeah, that
Yeah, it was
really
one of the other two.
cool. Okay,
Where-
very
where-
cool.
Like
the guy
the
or the
grocery
girl?
store or what?
Guy.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, Jared, Dr. Jared. Yeah,
That's it. That's
great
it.
guy.
Yes. Yeah, we
really
chatted the
cool.
other night. He came and saw Absinthe the other night.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, he came and saw it with another
wow.
an old friend of mine.
You recognized him?
Oh
no,
my
he
God.
recognized me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yeah,
I
that's really
recognized
cool.
him.
I
After
was
he-
about to
after
be
he was like, oh.
shocked. I was like, Jacob.
Yeah.
No.
That's so cool. What a small world. That's awesome. Listeners, you can go back in our previous episodes. I have no idea what number it is. But we had an episode where Nick and Whitney were out of town. I recruited 3 other therapists to stand in for them. And it was lovely. And they had
Yeah.
great answers to the questions. And they all have different areas of speciality, which was really
Jim
fun.
asked us back, so that was good.
Yeah. I decided they stopped returning my calls. And
Oh,
so
well, that checks
here we
out.
are. Also,
Yeah.
Nick legally owns the show. So there's not a
There
lot
you
I can
go.
do about that. So
Yeah.
he's just here.
He just-
But anyway, Ryder, you're on the right side of injustice
Yeah.
on this.
Oh, yeah.
Your outrage is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, you're just right.
And also, I think this is a great teachable moment to a lot of
Yeah.
other people who they'll talk themselves into thinking they're doing something good. Like I'm helping this underserved population. I'm just using technology. But there is such a fundamental chasm of understanding
Also,
when you,
you
do
can
not speak someone's
advertise
language.
that.
Yeah.
You can put that
Sure.
on your website.
We have
That's
I use
actually true,
technology
yeah.
for
Yeah.
translation. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's okay. But
Yeah.
they have to be fully informed. They have to
Yeah.
know that is true.
Like before we start this
Yeah,
is
we
how
use
I'm going to
artificial
be
intelligence.
You
communicating.
can't say we are bilingual.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
We have ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is what is known as informed consent.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the whole fucking idea.
You inform them.
Also,
they consent.
you're funneling our entire session through AI. I don't know how I feel about that. ChatGPT is being indicted by the New York
Well, it
Times.
could
They're
be
required
just-
to save all their files. Like, I
Was
don't know
it
how I feel about
AI?
that.
I just thought it was like Google Translate.
I think they just said you Google Translate.
And I
Yeah.
wonder
Letter.
to what extent is that HIPAA compliant?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
that's
know.
true.
You know, there's a lot of good questions here, but you're on the right side of the issue, Ryder. I would encourage you if it's something you could feel comfortable doing, going to your colleague directly or anonymously and just saying, hey, look, you're advertising that you do this. You don't, and that's dangerous. I think you should stop, and I'd like to follow up with you in the future and make sure you're not doing this anymore.
Don't
Whatever.
stop.
Let's just ask. To what extent are you HIPAA compliant?
You can't just ask the internet that, man.
He's gonna lie to you.
right to you.
I mean, the search
It's
that I
speaking
did
French.
It's
was,
in French.
if a doctor says they are bilingual on their website and they are in fact not bilingual, is there a legal or ethical issue with that? And yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
The answer to
don't
that
do
is yes.
Yes, it is not good. But before you go to a board, I do think that the correct ethical thing to do is to talk to them directly. You are a fellow gatekeeper of the profession. We are meant to be a self-regulating healthcare discipline.
So regulate.
Regulate. And that's exactly what the Board of Examiners is.
Regulators,
it is our own.
Mount up.
I knew if I
was
said
a
regulate,
cold,
Nick
dark
would say
night.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. I think we're out of hat trivia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're just going
yeah.
to take a quick break and then come back and wrap up the show.
We're out of the business of hat trivia.
Technically, we were out of hat trivia 2 breaks ago. Today's episode is brought to you by Smitty Scoop, Mason Miller, Tess Miller, Byler T, Paris, Team Monaco, Oscar Swanrose, Hannah Marie, Emma Kane, Myra, and Sam Cohn. And if you would like to sponsor the show, become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy.
Nice. As we wrap up the show, we want to remind you can sign up at patreon.com/therapy. You can get our extended show ad-free a day earlier. And you can enjoy our live chat, Discord community, and our sporadic deep dives, interviews, skill shares, research roundups, and rants. As we told you at the beginning of this show, we did record this one in the deep dark past of November 9th. So if you have signed up at patreon.com/therapy after that, as of this recording, we do not know. So we will shout out to you in a future episode. Thank you very much for your support. There you go. Don't forget, you can also name
Shout
our
out to you this
show
time.
or name the studio that we record in at patreon.com/therapy. But boy, do I prefer you not do that. We'd like to thank
'Cause I'm a bad
benevolent,
boy.
revered, generous, and flagrantly pro-therapy diehards who love you all so much they give till it hurts. Our therapist partner, Pickett. And we want to thank our bosses, the mysterious and shrouded Illuminati members of the fan club, the Therapy Producers. Thank you, Jake Schneider, Myra, Robert Brownie, Jr. Mint, Smitty Scoop, Richard fucking Macy, Judy Schneider, Malia, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Kevin Chamberlain, Tess Miller, Dan Martin, Sammy Scoop, Slurpy Kaye, motherfucker, Ben Stanley slapping your face, Sarah Smith, Adam Hathaway, Byler T, Mike Helm, Oscar Swanrose, Paris, a Sunny Boy, Darren Cunningham, Lib, Sandra McWaffle, Team Monaco, Thunder, Cougar, Falcon, Scoop, Heo, Hannah Marie, Andrew Langmead, Emma, Tonka, and Pony Soprano, Alina, Cody DeLorean Guy, Brady Malachik, Chick Fellatio, Gabriel Adame, Sean Sutherland, Max the Ginger Scoop, Chad Mag, Adam Warren, Inkala Prince, Sam Cohn, Be Gay, Do Crimes, Ellie O'Dare, and Blip Blop. And don't forget our newest person.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I think it was
Because
Ani Aardvark.
That was it.
Amy.
Amy. I was like, Amy.
Aardvark.
Yeah, sorry. I did 2 episodes in a row, 2 scripts in a row, so I forgot to put that on there. But if you would like to hear this episode uncut and unedited
And
Why wouldn't you?
and enjoy our spontaneous side projects, go to patreon.com/therapy. And thank you for supporting mental health.
Thank
Like
you.
you were wearing a cowboy hat throughout all of it.
Wow.
What is going on?
What is this? It's a hat.
Unethical.
Trivia.
You do not speak that way. Don't have an accent. Don't pretend
It's
to
a
have
cute
one.
southern accent,
That's all
Jim.
the time we got for this week's session. I want to thank our landlords, SJ and the Ruckus. And thanks to those of you who contributed to our show today. We really appreciate it. Remember, pod therapy isn't something to keep all to yourself. Share the episode with the world. Tag us on the socials when you do. It's at PodTherapyGuys on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter. It's /PodTherapy on Facebook and Blue Sky. And don't forget about all the extra goodies at patreon.com/therapy.
Do you want to submit a question to the show? You can ask anonymously at podtherapy.net. Email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com or click the link in the episode description to be taken to our anonymous Google form. I'm Nick Tangeman.
Whitney.
I'm Jim.
Thanks.
Pew, pew.
And we'll see you then.
Yeehaw.
Andale. Arriba. Different kind of cowboy.
Different.
I watched The Three Amigos.
I am a bilingual cowboy.
Goodbye,
Speaking
everybody.
to this device.
Device.
You mean your gun?
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.